Hello again, Gills fans. Welcome back to the latest Matchday Live from Gills in the Blood TV. Obviously, during the lockdown again, I am flying solo for this afternoon's FA Cup tie at home to National League Woking. Game is just about to start. We've all just observed a minute's silence for Remembrance Day. Team news for Gills sees 4 changes from Tuesday's league win at Crewe. Dominic Samuel, John Akindi, Declan Drysdale and the returning Jack Bonham in goal all come into the 11. Substitutes for Gills today was Joe Walsh, Zek Medley, Christian Magoma, Matt Willock, Josh Eccles for Dane Oliver and Trey Coyle. Yeah, it should be an interesting game. Had a look at the earlier results in the competition. Unfortunately, Tunbridge Angels, another Kent side, got absolutely bashed at home to Bradford by 7 goals to 0, which is a shame, but they've had a great run in the competition this season. But yeah, hopeful today with Gills. I think the side's a really strong one. It's one that should have enough to get into the second round. And I'd imagine that we probably made slightly less changes than we would have done originally, with the news coming out yesterday that next Saturday's league game against Lincoln has been postponed due to international call-ups for the Sincil Bank outfit. But game's just started here for Gills. Gills have had territory. Long throw's just been flicked on and it's gone out for a goal kick to the away side. I shall bring you more footage as and when we get some. First chance of the game and it's come the way of the home side. It's Jordan Graham again, causing problems to their right back on the left-hand side. Feints to go inside, drops the shoulder, back to the byline, stands it up similarly to Tuesday night. John Akindi, far post, catches it on the way down. Unfortunately, his header loops over, the keeper hits the top of the bar and goes out for a goal kick. But it's a good start from Gillingham, good territory, good possession. And we've created the first little opening, still 0-0 with 4 minutes on the clock. First corner of the game now, and it's come Gills' way again. Some more good play. Starts off with Carl Dempsey, then Jordan Graham, who gets Connor Ogilvie away down the left, and his cross was blocked for a corner. Jordan Graham's set piece is cleared, comes all the way back out to the wide man. Left-hand channel, darts onto the outside, back onto his right foot, in-swinging cross. Headed clear to a degree, and back into a danger zone, effectively, actually. And then their centre-half's headed it out for another corner over the other side. So it'd be interesting whether Jordan Graham takes this or whether it's Tom O'Connor left-footed. I'm trying to see, it was far post, was Jack Tucker actually done really well, headed it back into the danger zone, and they've had to head it clear, but really positive start from Gills, and it'd be great if we could pinch an early goal and really settle us down in this cup tie, because obviously these types of games can be banana skins and we don't want to be the victim of a giant killing, do we? Early breaking play, ball's cleared out to the edge of the box and Carl Dempsey heads it back into the 18-yard area. Jordan Graham challenges with their defender. He looks like he's putting his foot up, Jordan, to try and control it, and their player stoops to head it. Referee blows the whistle, both players end up in a crumpled heap on the floor. Jordan Graham's back on his feet now. Jordan Graham's actually been booked for dangerous play. I think he's caught the player in the back of the head or the side of the head, and unfortunately there's a stretcher coming out for the Woking player, which no one likes to see, but I think it's a little bit harsh that Jordan Graham's been booked. I can understand that they're saying he's endangered the away defender, but there's no malice at all. He's looking at the ball and trying to bring it under control. It's a little bit harsh for me, but obviously our main concern is that the Woking defender's all right, but it doesn't look clever. It looks like there's doctors and physios out from both sides at the moment, and he's laying motionless on the deck still. So there's going to be quite a lengthy delay at the end of this first half already. Still goalless. First save of note in the game, and it's Jack Bonham who's at the stoop low to his left to put one out for a corner. Jack Tucker makes a mistake on the halfway line, gives away simple possession, then does well to recover, but the second ball breaks for them. They play it into the inside right channel, and their centre forward's gone for the near post, and Jack Bonham does well to shovel it round the corner for a set piece, which we're going to have to defend, but not great on Jack Tucker's part there, unfortunately, who'd looked pretty solid up until that point, and gives Woking the chance to deliver into our box. Position of real promise here from a set piece for Gills. A long diagonal from Declan Drysdale's nodded down into the path of Connor Ogilvie by John Akindi. Connor flicks it round the defender who's late, and he looks like he's got his studs up, but it looks like he's just caught Connor on the shin. I'm not sure whether he's been booked because we just looked at a replay of the foul, but this is 22 yards out, left of central. Carl Dempsey, Tom O'Connor and Jordan Graham are all round it at the moment. I'd imagine it doesn't favour the left-footed Tom O'Connor, it's the wrong side, so I'd imagine it's going to be Jordan Graham. But here it comes now. Goes up but doesn't come down. Well, it comes down eventually about 6 rows into the Brian Moore stand. Not the best set piece again from Jordan Graham, still goalless. Woking lead. It's a really good goal in all honesty. The ball gets played into our box from a free kick. Tom O'Connor heads it from inside the box and it drops about 20-25 yards out. Their player has had a touch out of his feet left-footed and he's smashed a delicious finish, to be fair, into the bottom corner through bodies. Jack Bonham flings himself at it, gets nowhere near it in fairness. It's a really good goal. Woking lead and Gills have work to do, and we do have to step this up a little bit. For all our possession, we've not really forced their keeper into a save, and now we've got work to do in this cup tie. Really good response for the Gills, and it almost brings an instant equaliser. Balls played from right to left. Declan Drysdale, just looking at the replay now, big John Akindi peels off his centre half. Gets a header across the 6-yard box. Dominic Samuel, one motion, touch and swivel. Looks like it's going in for all the world. It's the keeper on the knee after bouncing up and somehow goes out for a corner. But it's a good response from the Blues, who've immediately got back on the front foot after conceding that goal. Short corner. Jordan Graham comes back to him from Carl Dempsey. Back to Carl Dempsey now. Gets it out of his feet. Slightly over at his touch. So Tom O'Connor will keep possession. Goes back to Jordan Graham on our left. Onto his right foot. Cross charge down. Robbie McKenzie flicks it into the danger zone. That's not a good ball though, unfortunately. And they look like they're going to get it clear here, Woking. Jack Tucker very late on their left back here. He's not had a good 10 minutes, Jack Tucker, unfortunately. He was at fault when they nearly got in and forced the corner. And here he's late. He's late. I wouldn't have been surprised to see a yellow card. Woking are asking for a red, which is ridiculous. But he just needs to settle down a little here, Jack Tucker. He's not had a great few minutes, like I say. We still trail with 26 minutes played. Gills having all the ball at the moment. Got a throw in left-hand side. It's a long one from Connor Ogilvie. John Akindi's challenged and he's been penalised. Excuse me. Centre half's gone over a little bit easily for me, but the referee's deemed it to be a foul, and it's a set play for Woking deep in their own area, who still lead. But Gills have responded really well, like I say, since going behind. We've had all the ball. John Akindi's winning a lot of headers and getting balls into dangerous areas. He's winning flicks, and Dominic Samuel's nearly got in a couple of times. Same with Connor Ogilvie. Seems to be our tactic at the moment. We're mixing it up quite well. There was one passage of play where Jordan Graham span from his number 10 role and managed to thread a ball between the fullback and the centre-back that Ryan Jackson got to the byline with and crossed into a dangerous area. And the other option is the diagonal from back to front, where we're winning the first ball and heading it into dangerous areas. So there are a couple of ways that we're trying to unlock this Woking defence at the moment, which is standing tall, to be fair to Woking, but there are signs that we will create chances. Still 1-0 down with 35 minutes played. Jack Bonham's made another smart stopper. I mean, it's one you'd expect him to make. It's the lad Kretschmar who scored the goal. And the ball gets laid back to him edge of the box and left-footed this time. Left-footed again. First time this time is what I meant to say. It's gone near post this time. Jack Bonham's had to see it through bodies. He's got down late and got a little bit of a hand on it. It's gone out for a corner, which will stay with. They're going to take left-footed in swinging. Here it comes now. Good header out by... Well, Ryan Jackson actually won the header and it nearly dropped in the far post and we've had to clear it off the line. I think it's Jack Tucker or Tom O'Connor. Ryan Jackson does really well to get up. I'm just looking at the replay now. But it goes more up than out and it looks like it's drifting back towards his own goal. Jack Tucker literally under the crossbars had to head it clear and they've hooked it back over the bar. Another scare for Gills, who've had lots of the ball but haven't really created anything clear-cut yet, aside from the Dominic Samuel chance, which the keeper saved with his legs. Still 1-0 down. Chance for Gills here late into injury time. There's been 5 minutes because of that earlier injury and we've got a long throw. We're about 2.5, 3 minutes into the 5 minutes of stoppage time. Jackson launches it long. It's not flat enough though and it's easy to clear, which they've done. Tom O'Connor's tried to recycle it with his head. John Akindi's one ahead and nodded it down, but they've managed to hack it up in the air. It's all become a little bit predictable from the Gills at the moment, unfortunately. We can't play through them at the moment, so we're giving it to Declan Drysdale and Jack Tucker and they're just playing diagonals to try and hit John Akindi or Connor Ogilvie, which works from time to time, but you have to mix it up a little bit more. We're right back on the halfway line again now. Jordan Graham's so deep. It's just gone a bit flat. Like I say, we've had a lot of ball, but good ball here for Connor Ogilvie though. Left-hand side, just trying to dig out across. It's gone out for a corner. This will probably be our last chance of the first period with 1.5 minutes of injury time remaining. Jordan Graham's taking it in, swinging. It's gone far post. Drysdale gets up but can't get high enough and it's flicked off of his top of his head and gone out the far side for a goal kick to Woking. Like I say, it's good delivery from Jordan Graham, flat and pacey. Declan Drysdale just makes his run a little bit early, unfortunately. And by the time he's up, by the time the ball meets him, he's already coming back down. It just sort of flicks off him and away. And I'd imagine the Woking keeper's going to take as long as he can. It's feasibly possible with his set play, and it's nearly half time. Half time at the Priestfield, and it is still Gillingham 0, Woking 1. It's been a pretty even game, in fairness. We probably had more of the ball. Woking have certainly had the better chances, though. the lad who scored, I think it's Lechmeyer, with a really good finish, has forced 2 good saves from Jack Bonham as well. We've hit the bar through John Akindi. Jack Tucker's cleared one off the line after Ryan Jackson's header inadvertently went the wrong way from a corner. But yeah, work to do for Gills in the second period. It's not really worked the diamond today. Be interesting whether we persist with it second period. We've got young Trey Coyle on the bench, could come on and add some natural width. For me, front two are not offering enough. They started quite well. John Akindi's been the better of the pair in winning flick-ons and holding the ball up, but Dominic Samuels has not been at the races, unfortunately, again, and just looks a little bit lost at the moment. It's not sticking when he brings it into feet. Everything that he's tried to just not really come off, and be interesting to see if there is a change at the break. I've just noticed for Dane Oliver coming over for quite a strenuous jog during half-time as the footage stays live, and yeah, like I say, still trailing, work to do, and it'd be interesting if we do make changes at the break. Second half's just got underway, and Gills have made that change at half-time. I thought he was having a pretty strenuous warm-up straight away. But Dane Oliver has come on. It's John Akindi who's made way, which you can understand in the sense that it means that we've got 2 different types of strikers still on the pitch. But for me, John Akindi was the better of the 2 front men in the first half. I thought Dominic Samuel was poor, but it'd be interesting to see how we go second period. Gills just working it from the back here. Long diagonal, unsurprisingly. Dominic Samuel's done well. Oh, he's been penalised. He looks soft again, unfortunately. Dominic Samuel's brought it under control. I think the referee's penalised him for backing in. But yeah, early stages of the second period, and it's still 1-0 to the away team. We started the second period like we did the first, with really good territory. A couple of decent balls into the box. First, Connor Ogilvie digs out one. Keeper claims it really well. And then Tom O'Connor drives down the left. Puts in a decent enough ball, and they've cleared it near post, and we've got a throw far side now, which I'm assuming Connor Ogilvie will try and launch into the box and pick out someone like Declan Drysdale if he's moving forward, or the Dane Oliver. Here it comes now, throw in from Connor Ogilvie. Oliver gets some sort of a flick on, it bounces across the box, and they've hacked it clear, and it's going to come out the other side, and I'd imagine it'll be Ryan Jackson's turn to hurl one into the dangerous area. Still trailing, but all the territory with Gills early part of the second period. Here it comes from Ryan Jackson, flatter this time. Oliver wins the flick. They've headed it clear, comes back out to Jordan Graham this side. I thought I had a whistle then, but obviously not. Comes backwards. Back to Ryan Jackson. First time cross is good. It's good defending, in fairness, by their centre half. Carl Dempsey now has the ball, our right hand side. Recycles it well for Ryan Jackson. Plays it down the line for Jordan Graham. Touch lets him down. They've played it pretty well here to get out and over halfway. And we're going to be forced to go all the way back to Jack Bonham on the edge of our box. 50 minutes played. Still Gillingham 0, Woking 1. Corner for Woking here. It's the second one in quick succession. They just started to come alive again second period after Gills had started brightly. It's a lovely piece of movement from the centre forward. And their players on their left-hand side clips in a reverse ball, and we switch off, and Declan Drysdale's had to come across and make the block. So we're going to have to defend the set piece here, which is in swinging. Good header from Oliver, but they come edge of the box. I don't know where it's gone. It's 2-0 to Woking. Josh Davison, I think it is. It breaks for him in the 6-yard box. He swivels and scores. Jack Bonham gets down to it, but it's got no chance really. And we're on the end of an hiding here. This is an upset in the making. Just looking at the replay. Oliver's header does really well. Dominic Samuel again switches off, doesn't close down their player. Ball breaks into the box, and Josh Davison swivels left-footed, and it ends up in the near post, and we've got loads of work to do with about 35 minutes to play. Brilliant response from the Gills, who are back in the game at 2-1. Jordan Graham, right-hand side, gets on the outside, drops his shoulder, really good ball into the box. Dominic Samuel, who for me has not been good enough this afternoon. Brilliant diving header into the bottom corner, near post. There was a little bit of confusion to start with because we weren't sure on commentary whether it had gone behind the goal, but Dane Oliver's run into the net and picked it up. And back in it with just about half hour to play. Really good header from Dominic Samuel. Credit him, it's a really good finish. Gills have made a change immediately after that goal. Trey Coyle's come on for Tom O'Connor. Looks like he's gone wide left. Jordan Graham wide from the right, so it looks like a conventional 4-4-2 now. And Trey Coyle's first involvement, he's just trying to get a ball into the box. They've tried to clear. Connor Ogilvie gets in front of his man, and he's been tripped right on the edge of the box. About 5 yards left of centre, 19 yards from goal. Be interesting to see whether we shoot here. It's Trey Coyle. Jordan Graham, who's not been great with his set pieces recently, he's nowhere near this, so I'd imagine he's been told to walk away this time. It's Trey Coyle and the skipper Carl Dempsey are over it, so fingers crossed. It's going to be Trey Coyle. Carl Dempsey's walked away from it, so this would be some introduction if he can get this up and down and into the net. Here it comes now, referee blows his whistle. He's gone low. Keeper smothered it, falling on it, going to his left. Comfortable save in the end. Clever idea from Trey Coyle, though. Everyone would have thought he'd been going up and over the wall, but he's got underneath. They've jumped out the way, and the keeper's made a smart stop down to his left. Gills back in it, though, and playing all right at the moment. 2-1 with about 28 minutes to play. Gills are level. It's Dominic Samuel. Corner from the right-hand side by Jordan Graham. It's headed against the bar by Declan Drysdale, who was up for the set piece. Comes back, bounces against Dominic Samuel, rolls harmlessly over the line. From nowhere, Gills are back to level at 2-2. Can we go on and win it? There's still 23 minutes to play in this FA Cup game. Madness. Real signs of a momentum swing now. There's been a yellow card for the Woking opening scorers at Kretschmar. Really poor challenge on Connor Ogilvie. Connor Ogilvie jumps up straight away. It was really cynical. No attempt to try and get near the ball. Just callously kicked Connor Ogilvie over. But they look suddenly Woking a little bit last ditch, a little bit ragged defensively. Whereas before they was playing out from the back with composure. Now they're just hacking it up in the air. The game's being played predominantly in their third, and we'll stay with this for a minute. Carl Dempsey's got it on the left, giving it to Connor Ogilvie. He's come back to Dempsey. It's all very tight and congested over that side. Dempsey's worked a bit of space. Jordan Graham's gone and fetched it. He's lost it now, though. Woking can clear. They've come away towards halfway. They just need, from their point of view, they just need to keep the ball for a couple of minutes. But from the Gills point, oh, hang about, Woking are in. It's a really good ball in behind. Luckily for us, the fella's had an air shot. He looks like he's gone to have a swipe at the ball and he's kicked it with his standing foot and fallen over. But just for a second, they look like they got in again. Still 2 each. Really entertaining second period. Half chance for Woking. Just to remind Gills that this isn't all one-way traffic at the moment. They've worked it down their left really well. Really good delivery into the box. Their centre forward gets in between our centre halves. Gets his head on it, but it drifts wide at the far post. Jack Bonham comfortably sees it behind for a goal kick. But yeah, really good game. And obviously the possibility of extra time and penalties because of no FA Cup replays this season. Still 2 each. Gills lead, 3-2. It's another assist for Jordan Graham, and it's for Dane Oliver on the end of it at the far post. It's a brilliant delivery from Graham. He gets to the byline again, which he's done all half. Stands it up far post, and Oliver attacks it, heads it back across the keeper and into the far corner. We lead 3-2 with about 10 minutes to play. Another half chance for Gills, who are starting to find more and more gaps in the Woking backline now. Robbie McKenzie does really well, drives over halfway line, gets towards the edge of their box, slips it in the channel for Dane Oliver. He flashes it across goal. Dominic Samuel caught on his heels a little bit, can't get there far post. We still lead 3-2, there's 82 played. Another chance here, Dominic Samuel's escaped down the right. It's a good ball back for Jordan Graham, he arrives in the box. Oh, his touch just let him down, he couldn't bring it under control, they managed to hack it clear. I think if he just got that under his spell, he'd have been shooting and it could have been 4-2 and game over. But as it stands, it's still only 1 goal in front. Woking are still in the cup tie. 3-2, 6 minutes to play. Brilliant effort from Carl Dempsey. Nearly makes it 4 for the Gills. The ball comes back to him, edge of the box. He's gone inside of his right foot, inside to out. Keeper's watched it all day long. It's crashed against the upright and come back out and bounced into safety. Would have been a wonderful, wonderful goal to cap a really good performance from the skipper this afternoon. But it's still 3-2 at the moment. Woking come down the other end. Shot has gone up into the upper tier of the Brian Moore stand. We still lead by 1 goal with about 2.5 minutes plus injury time to play. Gills are breaking here. They've got a 4-on-3 situation. Jordan Graham down the right-hand side. Skips away from one. And he's just had a poor touch and they've managed to get back into their shape and he's ended up fouling the player down by the byline. Their keeper comes across to take the free kick. Fourth official has just put the ball up. There's going to be 4 minutes of injury time at the end of this cup tie. Gills still lead by 3-2. We're into the final minute of stoppage time. There's just been a half chance for Woking. Ball got played into our box. It bounced for their player. Spazov, I think his name is, on the edge. And I think he got caught in 2 minds. Didn't know whether to put his laces through it or try and guide it far corner. Did neither. Jack Bonham made a comfortable save. Ball's up in the air at the moment. Jack Tucker clears with his head. That looks like a foul on Trey Coyle. Looks like he's... No, referee's not blown. They try to play a reverse ball in behind and it's going to run out harmlessly for... Well, not a goal kick it was, but Jack Bonham's kept it in. We'll now pick it up. The clock is on 93 and 49 seconds. There's about 10 seconds left. There's not really been much in the way of stoppages in stoppage time. So Gills are very nearly there. It's been a really good game, to be fair, and it looks like we're going to come out on the right-hand side of it, thankfully, but we've certainly made it harder work than we should have done, having to come from 2-0 down. There goes the final whistle. It's finished 3-2 to Gillingham against Woking in the first round of the FA Cup at the Priestfield. 2-0 down after 55 minutes. The Gills, we had to dig really deep. Credit the manager, was brave at half-time. Changed things up top, got for Dane Oliver on, who made a difference. Then went 4-4-2 midway through the second period after we got back to 2-1 and brought on Trey Coyle, who did have a positive effect for a while. Dominic Samuel at the double and Big Verdane Oliver with the clincher. Jordan Graham, superb second half, had the left back on toast all half. 2 assists and involved for the third goal. It was his cross that come back off the crossbar from the Drysdale header before Dominic Samuel tapped it in. So Gills are in the hat for the second round, which is the main thing. Not the best performances, certainly stuff to work on. Thought the centre-backs were average at best today. But the main thing is it's finished 3-2 to the Gills and we're in the hat for Monday's draw. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I'll be back Tuesday, hopefully, for a match day live against Arsenal's youngsters in the EFL Trophy. Till next time, up the Gills.